Well, hey guys, and welcome back to Ames's Corner here at Approved Auto. Today's the day that the first lift is going to get taken out and brought down the other building and set up so we can get the inspection bay approved and signed off so we can do state inspections down there. So that's going to be the first real indication in the shop that we're going to have that we're moving to me. I've just kept pumping the cars out because that's what I do. And that brings me to today. We got probably my last big job in this shop. We got this this 99, I'll focus on it, Infinity i30T here. Upper oil pan gasket, the lower oil pan's rusted out. It needs a power steering pump, and the big one, rear main crank seal is leaking heavily, and this guy wants to do it. He wants to fix it. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this car. We've actually had it in the corner before for some work, and it's got a lot of miles. Now the joke this customer has with Kerry, the girl out front, is that he wants to drive it to the moon, like put as many miles on it as the distance to the moon. I'm not exactly sure what that is off the top of my head, but let's see if I can show it. 353,000 miles on this car, and it feels pretty good. It feels tight and runs really well. Still gets great gas mileage. Sorry about the focus. But the big problem with doing a rear main seal, if you guys have probably had a car in the past that had a leaking rear main seal, and most people just live with it. They just live with the leak. Park the car on top of a piece of cardboard, or park the car on top of a piece of plywood or something so it doesn't stay in the driveway. But I guess that isn't an option for this gentleman. I don't know where exactly he lives, but I know he can't have leaks, and he doesn't want a car payment, and he wants to drive this thing to the moon. And I mean, the thing drives really well. Doesn't pull, not really clanky. Just want to take a quick road test just to make sure everything's in order before I take half this car apart. So yeah, I gotta pull either the motor or the transmission. Here's the new location. Construction's been ongoing. There's the new parking area. That was all just dirt and no space. There's the door. And out here was widened. This is all going to be back in, or straight in angle parking on the left over here. So yeah, we're moving. But yeah, I gotta pull. I think on this one I'm gonna pull the transmission. 353,000 miles. I'm expecting a lot of rust. I'm expecting a lot of worn out plastic. So stuff's gonna go wrong. Stuff is going to go wrong. I don't know exactly what. I haven't really looked at this car in a few months or a few weeks. I didn't think they'd be doing the rear main seal. I'm not looking forward to it, guys. I'm not looking forward to this job. I really just started thinking about what's going to go wrong now, and we'll have to just see how rusty this thing really is. Horn sounds tired. So anyway, yeah, rear main seal on an Infinity. Now this is that. I think this is the 3-liter, 3.5, i30, 33-liter. I think this is the 3-liter version of this motor, just like in a Maxima. That's basically what this is an uprated Maxima. So take a quick look under the hood. Always roll the window down. There it is. I see a lot of rust, a lot of stuff that's been drying out under here for a long time. So let me this hood prop rods are worn out, so I gotta prop this hood up, put this thing up on the lift, and we'll take a good look at it. So hold on a second and we'll get a nice little jump cut. Alright guys, I got this thing locked onto the lift. Boy, it's awful cold in here this morning. That new heater's kicking on and off an awful lot. It's not just staying on and making heat. That thing needs a tune-up, which is weird because it's brand new. Oh well, other problems. So yeah, rear main seal on this is leaking. That means I got to take all of this apart. And you want to know the worst part about these cars? The worst part I think about this job is these. See this connector right here? It's like spring. There's like a metal spring, and I'm trying to remove it right now. And it's the easy. This is the easiest one. And it's hurting my thumb. Look at the dent. Look at the divot. Look at the divot. And I still didn't even get it. Every connector on this car are these stupid spring-loaded. Ah! Motherfucker. Bent my fingernail back. You know, normally, like, a lot of plugs are like this style here. You know, you move this little tab up, pull it off, you're done. You're done. But no. Try this again. Oh, man. And they're everywhere, you know. Every connector I got to take apart is these. You know, look, you can see the little spring-loaded mechanism in there, all rusty and nasty, nothing sealing them. These are absolutely the worst to remove. Nope, can't do it. Nope. Look, divot. Look at the divot in my finger. Oh, this is gonna suck. Not looking forward to this car, boys. Not looking forward to this one at all. But let's take a look at the real problem and what we're doing. Oh man. Now this guy went and had this car painted less than a year ago, last spring I think it was. And you know, they sanded the car and filled spots and painted it. Look at all the blisters coming back out. Look at this. That's because the body shop he went to didn't use the phosphoric acid. If you guys look back a couple of videos, you'll see that stopping rust cold video. If they had done that and treated this correctly, that wouldn't have bled through there and blistered there. That's because there was little blisters and they opened them up to more oxygen by taking the paint off, and the result of that was more rust on your new paint job, which, you know, oh well. This is the stuff I use to stop rust, if you guys don't remember it from the other video. It's basically just phosphoric acid. So there's the leak. See the drip? Got the drip. It's all wet around here. And that's the rear main seal. There's a little access panel here we removed, and you can see it coming down. So yeah, and then another rusted out oil pan. This has been a real problem on cars up here in the Northeast. A lot of oil pans rot out. That's actually, though, a real easy one. And then power steering pump is way up right there. You see the pulley and the pump? That's the power steering pump. So on these cars, on the 3.0 and I believe the 3.5 too, the rear main seal is this unit right here. And that's the seal that goes on the end of the crank. This is where the flex plate or flywheel would bolt up to the crank right here. And on this side, you can see there's a gasket, but here I think it's RTV sealant to make a gasket. I think that's what wore out on this car, is this seal here, not necessarily the actual seal. But yeah, so I got to deal with all these connectors and rust and 335,000 mile worn out plastic and stuff. So anyways, let me take a few things apart. Let me see how this is going to go. While I'm doing this job, we're going to be seeing this lift dismantle. We got the new Forky forklift. That's an 81 forklift that has like barely been used that we picked up. So let me get some stuff taken apart, and we'll see Forky taking apart the lift, and we'll see this rear main seal coming out. So jump cut for you guys. I got to deal with all these damn connectors. All right, guys, got the 9000 here. That's why I love this car. Planes like that in it. But yeah, boy, is it cold out here today. Let me tell you, it's cold out here today. I dumped this, this is the wash bucket that was sitting out here frozen over. I dumped that over about 15 minutes ago. It's all already frozen. Friggin' winter came on us quick, boys, huh? So anyway, let me focus you here. This is, I got a little bit broken down. You can see where that rear main seal is leaking. If you ever wonder if something's leaking, the leaking oil will wash and clean all the schmuds off. And you can see it's pretty clean. If you look up, you can see, get it into focus. You see that little lip? It says the metal flex plate, and there's a little lip. That's where that seal is. And if we can see it, it's all clean right at that little. Oh, it's hard to get me. It's hard to get in there. Yeah, there we go. You can see it clean right with the tip of my finger. That's where the rear main seal washed the oil down. That's how we know what that is. So yeah, just pulling this thing apart. It's not an easy taking apart car. Kind of aggravating. So I got some. I heard earlier this week that cashews put you in a good mood. So I'm gonna put that to the test. So anyways, let me take a few more things apart. All right, guys, I got an F-16 showed up. I got to sort that out for the next couple days. Nice EDF F-16, but that's not what we're looking at here today. I got this tranny out. That actually went a lot easier than I thought it was going to. I was anticipating a lot more broken hardware. Just had to fight with all these connectors. These were, you know, my thumbs are freaking killing me right now. And I only smacked my hand with a hammer once, which was awesome there as frig. So let me rearrange some lights. So there it is. Set stuff up so I can point. So yeah, that's the rear main seal. And if we look, the seal wasn't actually what's leaking. It's the holder for the seal. That's this piece here. And this all isn't factory. So someone's been in here before and replaced this once. We didn't do it. I know we didn't do it, but someone's. This would not have been done. You know, at the manufacturer wouldn't have done it so sloppily. But you can see the oil now. Normally it's the seal here that's gone, but in this case it's just someone didn't seal it correctly in the past, and now I'm in here putting it back together. So yeah, awesome. I gotta get that apart. Hopefully that comes apart easy. Let me figure out what I gotta do next and pull this off and see what's really going on. So jump. Alright guys, I got you guys set up there so we can take a look and see if we can pull this thing off. I hope I'm in shot. But I know what we're looking at's in shot, so I'll start by taking these 3 bolts out of here. Hopefully this isn't gonna be stuck right to the block. It looks like whoever did this used an awful lot of that sealer everywhere. So we got some picks and some pry bars and some other stuff. Let's see if we can find a way to get in here. So, yeah, 300,000 driven, 50,000 miles on this car. Tried to talk the guy out of it. He wouldn't have it. Wow. This might be some trouble, guys. This might be some trouble. Yeah. doesn't want to move. That thing does not want to move. I have a feeling that the... What's that?
Can you see where that's blowing out?
Oh yeah, it's leaking right, it's dripping on me right now as I sit here watch it. And drip, drip.
Is it the seal or the actual housing?
It's the actual housing itself. It looks like someone's done this before. It's all nasty. That wouldn't have been like that from the factory. But I'm starting to think we're gonna have to drop this whole lower oil pan anyways.
Upper.
Upper oil pan. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna come off and go on. Although it should.
It should, yeah.
It's above there. Someone, whoever glued this thing on, glued it on good, and they don't give you anywhere to pry. Got nowhere to pry. Little hammer persuasion, guys. What do you think of that? Crack it loose a little.
You got a predicament.
What's that?
I need to drop a gas tank. You gotta put this tranny on the floor.
We gotta put that tranny on the floor. Alright. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I had to help Paul get the tranny off that tranny jack sitting there so we could take a gas tank out. But I also worked at this a little bit and got it to pop off. Boy, that thing put up a heck of a fight. We blew it on there pretty good. Still kind of stuck on this side, but I think I think I'll be able to work it off of there. Let's see what it looks like behind this. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to put any pry into this area here on a seal. If you nick this crank here where the seal rides, it's going to just leak oil forever. So don't damage that surface on the crank. Don't try to pry on this here. You can kind of get away with prying around the edges because we're going to be sealing that with rigid RTV anyways. So with a little bit of scratches and some tool marks here and there, it's not the end of the world. This thing just wants to fight. You don't want to come apart. I'm not really worried. I get some oil dripping here. I'm saying I'm not really worried if I break this piece because we got the new one with the seal already installed. So she's working out. She's gonna pop right out right about now. Come on, you. Basically getting hung up on dowel pins. There's two steel pins to help line this up. And there it is. There we go. It's like this seal right here hardened right up. Yeah. This is supposed to be, this little seal up here is supposed to be flexible and pliable. But no. Yeah, there, look. And that's the problem. We've seen it before with these rubber seals just wearing out. Look at it, just falls apart. And there's your problem. It wasn't necessarily the seal, it was the gasket that fits in that channel right there. Sorry if I'm out of focus on all of this. We're really cramped and tight in here. It's kind of hard to film and work and be here. So there it is. Well, anyways, I'm gonna get this all cleaned up. Figure out where to get that seal. They didn't include that seal with the parts. They just gave me the gasket for here, which it doesn't look like this even actually uses a gasket. This is all RTV, it's that rigid gray I like to use. So yeah, a lot of it stuck in there. Now if you look, that right there would have been a piece from the factory that they didn't remove. And this stuff right here is the newer stuff from when this was done at once in the past. Well, anyways, I gotta clean this up. I gotta figure that out and slap some stuff together, and we'll get this together and go for a little drive. So for you guys, this is only gonna take a minute. For me, it's gonna take the rest of the day. So see you in a second, guys. Well, okay guys, way she goes, as usually happens. I can't get parts to finish this job today. Looks like this seal here is a little harder to find than the actual piece you need, which is strange because you can't install this without that piece there. So I guess that's the end of this project for now until we can track that down. I got one coming for tomorrow definitely, and for a couple of hours from now possibly, but anyway, I was just going to put this thing together and go for a little drive and talk to you guys anyways. So we'll put that in part 2. We'll put that in part 2. I'll throw this in on the next video, the road test, and I'd like to have putting that lift down. Maybe we'll do that today. So anyways, guys, I got to get back to work. I got to figure out what's going on. So until next time, keep it out of the cabbage.